Picture a 6-year-old in Tokyo. She's alone on the subway. 2 transfers, tiny backpack, total pro. Now picture a 6-year-old in Paris. He's standing 3 feet from his mom in the bakery line, and he is not allowed to interrupt her. Same age, 2 completely different versions of independent. One of these looks backwards, right? Actually, neither does. And by the end of this, you'll see exactly where they swap. So let's kill the which one's better question right now. That's not actually what's interesting here. Both of these countries are raising kids who grow up self-reliant, confident, comfortable being alone with their own choices. Same destination. What's wild is they get there using completely opposite maps. And somewhere in this video, those 2 maps cross. That crossing point is going to change how you think about your own house rules. I promise. In France, there's a phrase for the whole philosophy. Le cadre. It means the frame, like a picture frame. Here's how a French parent explained it to me. Well, not me, but to an American writer named Pamela Druckerman, who wrote the book that kicked off this whole conversation, Bringing Up Bebe. He said, "The frame is firm, but inside the frame, the kid has total freedom. So what's actually in the frame? Food, for one. French kids eat 4 meals. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and one official snack, the goûter, around 4 in the afternoon. That's it. No grazing, no separate kids' menu. They eat what the adults eat. Sleep works the same way. There's a method French parents call le pause. When a baby starts fussing at night, you don't sprint in. You wait. A few minutes. Let them try to settle themselves first. And here's the thing. Full disclosure, this isn't a peer-reviewed study. It's mostly observational, from parents describing their own kids. But the pattern shows up again and again. French parents report their babies sleeping through the night by 2 to 3 months old, which, if you've ever had a newborn, sounds borderline fictional. The common thread through all of it? Patience is the actual curriculum. Attends, might be the most used word in French parenting. So at home, French kids learn to want something and not get it immediately. That's where their independence starts, on the inside, with self-control. But step outside the house, totally different rules. That kid stays close, handheld, supervised, which is the exact opposite of what's about to happen in Japan. In Japan, the foundational idea is almost the reverse of le cadre. It's called amae, roughly, the sweetness of being able to depend on someone you love. Co-sleeping is normal here, often well into the school years. There's no rush to get a baby into their own room, their own bed, their own anything. If you're picturing helicopter parenting right now, hold that thought, because here's the twist. A national survey of every single 5th grader in Japan, over 1 million kids, found that 92.4% of boys and 93.5% of girls walk to school completely alone. No parent, no bus, no carpool. Picture that for a second. The same culture that keeps a kid in the family bed until age 7 sends that same kid across a city, unsupervised, 2 years later. That's the show Old Enough captured. Toddlers 2 to 5 years old running their very first solo errand. To be fair to the show, there's a hidden camera crew nearby the whole time, just in case. So it's not literally zero safety net, but the cultural instinct behind it is completely real. Japanese parents trust their kids and their neighborhoods with independence most Western parents would never risk. 2 more words matter here. Gaman, quiet endurance, pushing through discomfort without complaint. And meiwaku, not being a burden on others. Put those together and you get kids who are taught early that the world is a shared space, and that they're responsible for not disrupting it. So independence in Japan doesn't come from distance. It comes from trust. Trust in the kid and trust in the community around them. The whole neighborhood is basically part of the parenting. Closeness at home, independence outside, the exact reverse of France. So here's the paradox I promised you at the start. France builds independence from the inside out. Strict at home, structured, patient, but stays physically close once you're out in the world. Japan builds it from the outside in. Total closeness at home, co-sleeping, no rush, and then hands a 6-year-old the entire subway system. Same goal, completely mirrored methods. If you're the kind of person who likes pulling cultures apart like this, that's basically the whole channel. Hit subscribe because next time we're doing Sweden versus South Korea, and it gets even weirder. Okay, so which one actually works better? Let's look at outcomes, not vibes. On childhood health broadly, both France and Japan land in a healthier zone than the US. Globally, childhood obesity tends to run highest in the Americas, in the 20 to 25% range, and noticeably lower across Europe and East Asia. France and Japan aren't identical to each other here, and Japan doesn't publish the same self-reported numbers other countries do, so I won't pretend there's a perfect head-to-head stat. But directionally, both beat the US by a wide margin. So, two completely different rulebooks, similarly strong results. What does that tell us? It busts a myth a lot of us carry around without realizing it, that independent kids are built through distance. Toughen them up. Back off early. Let them figure it out alone. Japan completely disproves that. The closeness, the co-sleeping, the amae, all of it, is what gives kids the security to go explore the world alone later, not despite it, because of it. So if it's not the specific rule, early bedtime versus co-sleeping, hovering versus hands-off, what actually matters? Consistency. Whatever the rule is, the whole society follows it. Every French parent does la pause. Every Japanese neighborhood has someone watching the crosswalk. The system isn't one household swimming against the current, it's everyone rowing the same direction. That's the actual secret, not the specific method. The fact that nobody's improvising it alone. So, back to that 6-year-old on the Tokyo subway, and that one standing quietly in the Paris bakery line. Neither one is ahead. They're both just living inside a system that trusts them with something, wait or wander, and consistently believes they can handle it. Maybe that's the actual takeaway for any of us anywhere. Kids tend to rise to the level of responsibility we hand them. Doesn't matter which direction it comes from. Next time, we're heading somewhere else. If you want it when it drops, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Are you more le cadre or more amae?